GCP?
Yes, yung iba po doon tapos na po, yung iba for implementation pa po. So, hindi po yung status ng mga recommendations. Kasi iba po long term yung solution.
So, kaya yung reason pala, nagkaroon tayo ng blackout again dahil hindi natugunan ang promesa nyo sa committee ng Board 15, tama? Yes or no?
GCP.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just to add yung sa that kaninang question, yung answer is, yung iba po doon ay hindi rin NGCP role. Yung recommendation like yung sa generation natin.
Pero kasi kasama ito ng public hearing natin, nung committee hearing natin ng August 15, kayo mismo sinabi na nagsabi na meron kayong safety nets na ginawa at saka gagawin to make sure na hindi magkakaroon ng second blackout. So wag na tayong mag-deny, please. Accept na lang kung may kakulangan, move forward. So gawin ang dapat gawin. Tama? Yes or no?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Good answer. Ngayon, may tanong ako. Siyempre, kailangan natin maghanap ng solusyon. We need to be innovative para at least makatulong tayo. Kasi yung prangkisa, yun hindi naman yan forever. You have your own team, diba? So, ang tanong ko, meron ba kayong power shutdown agreement or voluntary shutdown agreement na kung may mangyayari na ganito na mag-overload tayo, na alam niyo kung lamang tayo ng kuryente, meron ba tayong ganito? Pwede ko matanong ito kay Moore or...
Yes, Mr. Pastor Moore.
Sorry, ma'am, I wasn't able to answer the question.
Siyempre, nagkaroon tayo ng problema. Nakita niyo naman yan. Si Moore kasi alam ko, August 15, na-preempt na nila na magkaroon tayo ng problema sa pagkasasupply ng kuryente. And sinabi mismo ni Mr. Barcon yan. So, na-recall ko lang today. Just now, na kung meron ba tayong power shutdown agreement or voluntary load curtailment contract. Kunyari sa mga malls, sa mga malaking pabrika, kasi kung magkakaroon tayo, kung meron tayong ganito, sila mismo, they can help us by saying, okay, pwede kami mag-shutdown ng isang oras. So malaking load ang mawawala. So makakatulong ito sa local consumers na para at least ma-deload yung mga kailangan mabawasan yung load. Like ang engineers, maintenance or kapag-intindi ko lang, pwede gawin ito. So kung wala tayong ganyan, bakit naman tayo na gumawa tayo ng measures para at least locally we can also secure na magkakaroon ng stable na kuryente during the peak hours na kailangan.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Chair, in the case of more power, although we don't have written agreement with the different big loads, no? But we actually, and I could really say that our relationship with them is good, in the sense that if we ask them to curtail and bring down their load, they actually would do that. And what there's let's say one mall that's actually connected to one feeder, and even at the feeder level, we actually reduce, if need be, and they cooperate even without a written agreement, Mr. Chair.
So, even without written agreement, okay, they will cooperate. But if hindi, ayaw nila mag-cooperate. So I believe that the TRC has also this mandate as regulatory body. Baka panahon na po na ilagay nyo dyan sa mga dapat na requisites na kailangan to secure efficient, effective delivery of energy sa buong Pilipinas, especially to my district and Panay Island. Next question, Mr. Chair. Sa kasamang palad, may balik lang ang kuryente ng 5 araw. After 5, may energy tayo. Diba? So, matapos ng halos apat na araw, bakit umabot sa so, sinabi kanina dahil consumption plan. So, ang next ko na tanong, do you think that the power outage incident on April 20 and January 2022 would have happened had you maintained or operated the system in accordance with industry standards? Because if not, the common food source wars we might have to amend or repeal the franchise being given.
So you're directing the question to NGCP. Yes, NGCP.
Yes, we operated the grid in accordance to the Philippine Grid Code.
Kung nag-operate kayo in accordance to Philippine Grid sa sinabi nyo, bakit? Based sa committee hearing last time, lumabas na 61%, 135 sa 219 na transmission development project ng NGCP ang hindi nagawa sa Tactile Operation. 86 sa mga ito ay naglampas at nag-completion. 49 naman ang kasalukuyan ongoing ngayon at lampas pa sa completion date. Sa 49 na binanggit mula noong nakarang hearing, ilan ang natapos dito, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, for the details, Mr. Chair, for the completed projects, we will submit the information.
Mr. Chair, I would like to have that report by this week, Mr. Chair. So, next question na pag-usapan din dito last hearing yung Luzon, Visayas Grid na interconnection project via Mindoro para may additional source of energy type services. And ayon sa ERC, the Batangas-Mindoro interconnection project was initially filed by NGCP with ERC in 2011. This was withdrawn in 2021 and subsequently refiled in the same year. It was approved on 23rd of February 2023 based on the transmission project status report as of June 30, 2023, which was submitted by NGCP on last August 15 nung hearing natin. The expected time of completion of DMIP is on June 2026. Currently, this project is at tendering stage, where proponents are preparing the bid documents. Ano na ang status niyo?
Is this NGCP again? Yes, NGCP.
Mr. Chair, may I clarify your referring to the Batangas-Mindoro interconnection project? Your Honor, we are in the pre-construction stage for this project. The hydrographic survey has been completed. We identified the route, the location for the substations, and we also have ongoing LGU engagement for this project, Your Honor.
Ang tanong po natin, sa tingin niyo ba yung Cebu Negros Panay substation yung makakatulong po so that magkakaroon tayo ng enough supply na kuryente? Kasi sa tingin ko, isang cable lang din to, so magkakaroon din ng problema. So hindi vulnerable din yung supply ng kuryente.
Sorry, so Mr. Morosa, I think one of the things that Honorable Barong is asking, when are you completing the Batangas-Mindoro submarine line? And then I think she's trying to ponder on, after that connection, then the connection from Mindoro to Panay Island. So I think that's what she wants to find out.
Yes, Your Honor. In our transmission development plan, there's a project to loop or to connect Panay Island to Mindoro. And Your Honor, this will be implemented stage by stage. We are enhancing the grid in the Visayas side through the completion of Cebu Negros Panay 230 kV backbone. And we would like to add that this backbone, we have double circuit 230 kV between Cebu and Negros. Yun po yung project na ongoing. At in addition po yun sa dalawang circuit na existing, so magiging total of 4 circuits po yung link between Cebu and Negros. While between Negros and Panay naman po, double circuit din yung 230 kV at meron pang isang single circuit 138 kV. So ito po ang magpo-provide ng reliable transmission for Panay. And doon naman po tayo sa Batangas side.
Sorry, kailan ang completion ng CNT?
Yun po yung binanggit namin kanina ng March 2024.
Mr. Chair, gusto ko lang kasi itanong, yung CNP project ba talaga tugon ito makakatulong ito sa power shortage kasi hindi naman tayo highly technical na tao, but syempre, baka maging vulnerable ito kasi isang substation pa rin. So, hindi pa rin magkakaroon ng enough na kuryente, tama, di ba? So, unlike kung yung Panay, Mindoro grid, may alternative connection tayo from the national grid. Yun ang tanong ko, kung matapos man itong Cebu, Negros, Panay, hindi pa rin ito solusyon. So, please answer us, yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes or no, Honorable Baronda, to whether it's
Assured ba tayo hindi na magkakaroon ng blackout kung matapos itong Cebu, Negros, Panay?
I think that's the first question. If the Cebu Negros Panay, which will be completed by March 2024, is that correct? And would that already, you can say, stabilize the whole Panay Island, and we can't see any incidents like this happening? Would that we would want to get NGCPs?
Your Honor, for transmission, it will provide a significant improvement, but there are power interruptions that are not all related to transmission.
So meaning the answer is no. Mr. Chair, the answer is no. Second, balik natin. Kailan matapos ang Mindoro, Batangas grid? Kailan? Anong commitment nyo? Kailan? Kasi pag hindi, kami dito ng mga congressmen, especially sa Panay, Visayas Island, we are one. And we are not afraid in filing a resolution to conduct investigation to review your franchise. Because meron kayong moral na obligasyon sa consumer, hindi lang sa ating mga batas.
So, I guess that's the last question of Honorable Baronda. Just want NGCP to answer that. I think what Honorable Baronda is asking is whether definitely the Batangas Mindoro submarine cable is already in the pipeline. Is it already under construction? Yes?
Your Honor, under the pre-construction stage.
And when do you see it being finished?
We are targeting December 2025, but we have dependencies on the right of way for this project.
Okay, so definitely, Honorable Baronda, it's already in the pipeline, but I think it's more of in the TDP, whether or not it will still continue all the way down to Panay Island. And if we, although of course we want that to happen, but it will take a lot of years before that can be online. So I think what's more important is that the Cebu, Negros, Panay backbone will be finished by March, and I think that would actually answer a lot of the problems besetting Panay Island. Thank you,
One
Honorable
last
Baronda.
question.
Yes, okay, one last question.
Mr. Chair, under sa sinabi niyo 2036 to 2040 pa ang Mindoro Panay Interconnection Project. Wala ba kayong plano na unahin din ito dahil sa nangyari recently, dalawang blackout na sa Panay Island? Hindi ba pwede gawin nyo ito priority? Can I appeal to ERC na i-make sure nyo na matulungan din ito si NGCP na gawin nilang priority? Because you said, Sharon, sent me the plan. Oh my God, 2036, matanda na yun, baka amihan po na ako noon. Pag na ano yan, di ba? Hindi naman po pwede, it's unfair. Kung hindi nyo kaya ibigay para sa amin, better withdraw, di ba? Your interest dito sa power supply kasi you don't deserve it.
Yes, ERC?
But Mr. Chair, Mr. Castro's waving, I think
Let me hear first the... Yes.
Mr. Chair, just to address that point, yes, we will prioritize it once it's filed. Wala pa pong application sa amin.
NGCP, wala pa po kayo application. Can you assure this committee na mag-file kayo the soonest time? Can you appeal to your bosses that we can give priority to this project? if you are really sincere enough in your trust also to deliver based on your franchise, the better, best supply of electricity, hindi lamang sa Panay Island.
NGCP.
Your Honor, tulad po nung binanggit ko kanina that the project will be implemented stage by stage. Yes, to ano lang po, ano, to accelerate po yung preparatory works for the Mindoro to Panay interconnection. We would like to add, Your Honor, na meron pa pong segment din within the Mindoro Island. So lalabas po ito ay tatlong segment, yun po Batangas Mindoro, and yung overhead backbone within Mindoro, which is also, we filed already that to the ERC as part of another project package. At ang remaining segment po that we will need to file ay yun po submarine naman between Mindoro and Panay.
Thank you, NGCP. I think Mr. Castro from where you want to...
Mr. Chair, just very quick. I think I know where Congresswoman Jamjon is coming from with having that interconnection on the other side. Because if you remember 2 years ago, there was actually a operator of a backhoe from DPWH that actually hit the submarine cable on our land side, no, which actually constrained, no, the flow of electricity by 50%, and we had to suffer for about 8 months, no, before the submarine cable was done. Now, if the CNP is still going to use the same route and still terminate in the same substation on the Panay side or on the Negro side, and if the same backhoe operator hits one of this, again, we will be constrained by that. That's why physically, I think Congresswoman is looking at the other side for the physical line, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Castro. And in addition, before we continue to the next interpellator, I think instead of the Batangas Mindoro Panay solution, which would take what, 15, 20 years, giving the right-of-way problems, I'm sure it will come out also. I think the best solution there is another generator to put up more power. Is that correct? Because you still have lacking supply in Panay Island, and then just add what, 100 more megawatts there. You have and ancillary. So not just additional generation plants, but also bring the ancillary inside. Why? That's the reason why you have a submarine cable to bring out excess electricity or bringing electricity to Panay Island. So with that, my question to DOE, is there any application for more power in Panay Island? Or ERC or DOE?
Mr. Chair, we have several committed generation projects, both in renewable energy and
But there are. Can you submit to the committee, Yusek Sharon, a list of projects that are, I don't know if it's already been approved by the DOE. So, because I think the whole problem can be answered just by putting up additional capacity, supply within the island. So everything connected, ancillary and the additional supply.
the total, Mr. Chair, of awarded projects in Western Visayas is of December 2023 is on biomass, geothermal, solar, and pala to, RE pa lang to, is 703.
No, but you said I was looking at the power within the island itself.
Correct. This is RE
That's
in
Western
that.
Visayas.
Western Visayas, yes.
We're looking at the Panay Island itself.
Western Visayas would be a mix of Negros and
Panay.
Panay, yes, sir. And then we also have a list here of coal, oil, geothermal, and RE.
So
It's
there are
everything.
projects. Okay, thank you, DOE. Continuing. Yes.
That's some are awarded, and we can also give you the committed.
Yeah.
Pero yung awarded, hindi naman ibig sabihin yun,
Yeah.
tuloy siya. So maybe that's where we can work with the LGUs to encourage the ones given the contract.
Exactly. Thank you, Yusek Sharon. Proceeding, may I now recognize Honorable De Jesus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Since all the questions were already answered, so I'll just focus to ERC, no? Especially, I remember last April, Mr. Chair, there was a blackout happened again in Panay, no? So I just would like to ask, who handles the, I know that the Interim Grid Management Committee, or IGMC, is the one who investigated that problem, way back in April. So I would like to, for everyone's benefit, no, I ask first, as the RC, to please enlighten us to who are the members of the Interim Grid Management Committee.
Yes, ERC.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. We follow the composition prescribed in the grid code for the members of the Grid Management Committee. So there are representatives from SO. In fact, there are 2 seats for them because there's 1 seat for the SO, another for the transmission network provider. And as mentioned earlier, both functions are performed by NGCP. And then there are also GENCO representatives, TU representatives, and they are supported because we are under the interim GFC. They're supported by the technical committee of NGCP.
So in short, Mr. Chair, so there were 2 representatives from SO, no? For the information of everyone, SO is the system operator, am I right? Which is also handled by NGCP. Okay. So anong time yun nung oras na sinabihan kayo ng system operator?
Mr. Chair, the first significant incident report for this January 2 event was received after the 19 p.m. tripping. Let me just check what exact time. Ay, sorry, wala pa rin. I'll check, Mr. Chair, but it was around 3, I think, when we received the first incident, significant incident.
Sure. So since they investigated last April, so ano naging decision po ng committee niya?
For the April incident, there were several recommendations, as I mentioned earlier. It wasn't the exercise was to identify what the problems are and what immediate solutions could be undertaken. So there were short-term, medium-term, and long-term solutions that were proposed. And that's why I reported earlier that based on the reports that we got periodically from NGCP, the latest of which was November, they reported that almost all were completed.
Mr. Chair, so I guess what we hear was the to-do list, no, for NGCP to work on to prevent the April 23 3-day outage from occurring again. And nangyari rito. First, they said review and upgrade of protection systems for sub-transmission lines, specifically formulation of protection schemes to achieve shorter fault clearing that complies with the grid code requirement. Coordination of feeder protection scheme with automatic undervoltage load shedding. Second, perform a simulation study testing these protection schemes during undervoltage conditions. And lastly, review indications in the control and protection system of the plants during system disturbance, among others. Ito yung mga ilan nyo nun, tutuloy. Am I right, Mr. Chair?
That is correct, Mr. Chair.
So, what happened after that?
Sorry, I think Honorable De Jesus, the question is, was NGCP able to comply with the
Yes.
recommendations made by the IGMC? They were?
Based on their self-submitted reports, they said they indicated completed, and that's why we asked for the detailed reports, which they have not submitted yet, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, kasi nangyari ulit to, so I guess, can we ask them again kung talagang, bakit what took them so long na isabit? Remember, April pa nangyari.
Yeah, NGCP? As to your actions to the recommendations of the IGMC.
will be done, the report is already completed, and then we will be submitting it to the ERC.
But have you already